Hey, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. As always, it is Nick here, back with your daily crypto news and analysis. And today we're going to be talking about Ripple and XRP, so let's just dive in. And let's start off with this tweet here from Crypto Law US. And we do see, why is Gary Gensler still allowed to run the SEC Gov? His record in public service is one of incompetence, self-promotion, and putting his own personal interest ahead of the public interest. And we do see here, for an example, one of four, a CFTC chairman, he let the MF Global scandal explode on his watch. An investigation found he recused himself as an act of self-preservation, putting the public interest second. Down here, we do see, at the SEC, his relentless pursuit of headline grabbing and self-promoting cases has ground down the professional staff and caused an unprecedented mass exodus. We also do see, now he reportedly has multiple email addresses at the SEC. What kind of paranoid image control behavior is this from the so-called cop on the beat? And yeah, if you guys did miss it from Eleanor Tourette, which by the way, she has been incredible, really kind of doing a ton of incredible reporting on this case. But we do see Scoop Gary Gensler apparently has multiple SEC email accounts that he uses. Why would he need to do this? I've reached out to the SEC Gov for a comment. Let me know what you guys think. The reasoning behind this is down in the comments below, and also hit that like button if you do think that the corruption 100% needs to see the light of day. And also, we did see a response to this tweet, which I thought was very interesting. So we do see here, XRP versus SEC lawyer unveils Gensler files that reveal massive corruption. Ripple is not the bad guy. Report. And then over here, we do see the SEC complicit with Wall Street crimes. I won't tolerate poor getting rich. Good job, Gary. And yeah, this is basically the scope of it. They don't want us to get rich. And here we have SEC versus Ripple. The SEC wants you to think that it cares about disclosure, transparency, and clarity. When the truth eventually comes out, the shamefulness of their behavior will shock you. And yeah, it's because there's so much corruption here. Like, the reasoning behind so many email accounts is the same reason why we aren't seeing the Hinman emails. There is so much corruption bleeding from the SEC. They are hemorrhaging corruption. And this 100% needs to see the light of day. But I highly doubt that we get to see that corruption. Why? Because just like every other government agency and every major government elite, we never see their corruption. It never sees the light of day. But we all know from doing our own research that it's there. But the general public, mainstream media, etc., they won't report on it. I wonder why. And here we have from John E. Dean. I just tweeted a few minutes ago how these anti-crypto incumbent protecting regulatory thugs were never going to let the truth get in the way of the BS narrative they intend to promote. All we can do is keep hitting them with facts and the truth, as Caitlin does here. And yes, here we have from Caitlin Long. So she is quoting Senator Sherrod Brown's statements on the Silvergate failure. For those out there that have not been aware, Silvergate basically got liquidated today. And here we have from Caitlin Long. She's obviously pretty upset about this, but she's quoting, or not quoting, but targeting Sherrod Brown in this tweet. We do see you're wrong that crypto triggered Silvergate's issue. What did it was $13.3 billion in demand deposits that depositors could withdraw in minutes, but only $1.4 billion of cash. Had Silvergate held $13.3 billion of cash, the bank run wouldn't have impaired its capital. Not a crypto problem. And here we have source for those Silvergate numbers. Here you guys have the sources. Around this is March 31st, 2022. You do see the cash and cash equivalents. You also see the non-interest bearing demand accounts as well. Now, down here, we also do see when a bank with highly volatile deposits makes a levered investment in 10-year bonds into a Fed tightening cycle. What happens when a bank run hits its predictable? Liquidate those bonds at a loss, impairing the bank's capital. It's an indictment against fractional reserve banking. And yeah, I mean, like right now, we're starting to see a lot of what we see in this market, like FTX and Terra Luna. It all gets blamed on the entire industry. And this is the biggest problem that I do see with these mainstream media. These are basically individuals that are supporting the banking system. Like, Sherrod Brown is the chairman of Senate Banking. Think about that. If you go and look at the Senate banking and look at their website and everything, they are 100% in support of the traditional system. So why would they want crypto to succeed? And when we look here, like as the impact of FTX's collapse continues to ripple outward, today we are seeing what can happen when a bank is over reliant on a risky, volatile sector like cryptocurrencies. Like they don't want to adopt crypto. They want to keep their monopoly system going because this is how they get rich. This is how these elites get rich off of the banking system that, for the longest time has been extremely inefficient. It's truly disgusting the lengths that they would go through to not only target this asset class but try to kill it. It's comical. And then over here we do see from Ryan Selkis, it's market manipulation when you're a hedge fund working with short sellers to defame and destroy a company. It's not market manipulation when you're a sitting senator doing that. And he's quoting Elizabeth Warren, which I do have a lot of things to talk about this. ODC as the bank of choice for crypto, Silvergate Bank's failure is disappointing but predictable. Interesting. I warned of Silvergate's risky, if not illegal, activity and identified severe due diligence failures. Now customers must be made whole and regulators should step up against crypto risk. And what do you see from crypto law? You purposefully lie about what is happening in crypto to tarnish an entire technology sector. She did this as well with Terra Luna and also FTX. And you have no interest in protecting anyone but your small group of political allies and giant legacy banks. The big banks have no greater friend in the Senate than you. And yeah, I mean, like, this is laughable. Now, I want you guys to think about this. So, let's take a step back. Gary Gensler and Elizabeth Warren, right? So the reason why I bring up Elizabeth Warren is because she has been one of those individuals that has talked about protecting investors for so long as well, and so has Gary Gensler. And aren't you thankful that these two are speaking for us? I mean, think about it. Elizabeth Warren is worth $12 million. So, I mean, all of us out there, we all see $12 million every single day that we look at our bank accounts, right? Like, none of us are worrying about money at all. I mean, we all have $12 million laying around. And then also, Gary Gensler, worth as much as $119 million. Wow. I mean, come on, Gary, step it up. Like, $119 million is nothing. Like, these are the individuals that are fighting for the retail sector. Like, think about that. These are individuals that are telling us that, hey, you guys need to be protected. Like, where do these people make their money at? Why aren't these individuals being investigated? And I wonder if they all paid their taxes too. Because when the retail sector is not paying their taxes, that's a big deal, right? Like, there's a big problem in this country right now. And it all stems from the rich continuously getting richer while the poor continues to be stifled. Our opportunities are being torn away from us, and we are getting blocked from creating incredible wealth opportunities by individuals like Elizabeth Warren and Gary Gensler that say we need to protect the retail investor. No. What we really need to do to protect the retail investor is get individuals like Elizabeth Warren and Gary Gensler out of office, because these are individuals that don't care about anything else besides enriching themselves by protecting the traditional banking system. And we do see over here from Wolf of All Streets. So remember, this is what I'm talking about with Senator Warren. This goes back to February 11th. So we do see, I don't care if you identify politically as right, left, middle, unicorn, or one-legged salamander. This shit is outrageous on so many levels that it's difficult to even put in words. We are being intentionally played. And yes, I included this in my videos before. Listen closely to this video if you guys haven't seen this already. This goes all the way back to Elizabeth Warren and our lovely friend, Gary Gensler.
All right, a bombshell report tonight about how Elizabeth Warren, Senator Elizabeth Warren, and her office coordinated testimony with the Security and Exchange Commission ahead of a Senate hearing. The Heritage Foundation Oversight Project, of which I'm associated, through a FOIA request, obtained emails from Warren's office to the office of Chairman Gary Gensler 2 days before his Senate testimony back in September of 2021. The email from Warren's economic policy advisor includes a list of questions. Get this, a list of questions that Senator Warren planned to ask, along with suggested answers for the chairman of the SEC. The advisor also wrote, quote, "Let me know if you're okay with the questions as currently written." 2 days later, she sent a follow-up, quote, "Let me know if it's looking like the chair has any issue with the framing of the questions. Definitely don't want to put him in a tough spot," end quote. And it appears the chairman didn't have any issue with these questions because Senator Warren asked almost verbatim from the email. Check this out.
Chair Gensler, advocates say crypto markets are all about financial inclusion, but the people who are most economically vulnerable are the ones who are most likely to have to withdraw their money the fastest when the market drops. Does this sound like the path to financial inclusion to you?
And look at this email. I mean, listen, I don't have to sit on here and tell you guys how corrupt our government is. I'm sure that you guys are aware of this for years and years and years. They continuously fight against the same individuals that they say that they protect, and that this country was built on opportunity for, and all this kind of stuff. Listen, the American citizens are getting completely shafted every single day. I don't care who you are. I don't care, who you're supporting politically. We all know, if you guys are out there, if you guys are working every single day, you're paying your, fair share, you all understand that economic, and also, like, even outside of economic opportunities in general in the United States has dried up, right? They all have dried up, and it is a big problem. And you know what? It's so hard to get ahead in this country. And I know that I speak for everyone out there. I mean, listen, I'm sure that you guys are aware of what's happening with inflation. I'm sure that you guys are aware what's happening with utility payments going up in price. I know that you guys are aware of everything around you going up in price. And here we have individuals that are worth millions and millions of dollars stifling an asset class that has, for the longest time since 2008, have provided generational wealth and financial freedom to so many out there. And we continue to see them try to swallow up this entire industry whole so that the traditional financial players can continue to enrich themselves. Like, look at these questions, look at these answers that were emailed ahead of this meeting. And by the way, I want you all to understand that the Luna situation and the FTX situation, I've said it, they were inside jobs. The reason why I say this is because literally hours after it, not even a full day after the events, we had Senator Warren talking about how outrageous this market is. We need to have strict regulations. We need to regulate the hell out of this market and control it fully. And we need to make sure that these risks are, completely killed. Like, it truly is ridiculous at this point. Like, you can't make this shit up. So with that being said, I hope that you guys enjoyed this video. If you guys did, definitely leave a like, subscribe, turn notifications on because I'm more free content. You guys are more than welcome to follow me on Twitter and join the free Discord down in the description below. As always, up to you all. Have a beautiful day or a beautiful night. Wherever you guys are on this before, this has been Nick. Peace out, guys.